Hello and welcome to another video from Mission Sent. It is Josh, and today we are out on another solo trip. Now, I noticed in the video analytics, 98% of people who watch these videos aren't subscribed. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna hit you with a reminder right now. And now that we have that out of the way, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so that you know when we go live. With no further ado, I'm going to let myself jump back into it and get right into the intro of this video. Hello and what is up? Welcome to another video. As you can see, man, there's a gorgeous sunrise back here. Immediately just going, oh my gosh, can't believe that. I did get out a little later than I wanted to. It's about 6 o'clock and I'm just getting on the water, but hopefully we got a busy one for you today. So let's get into it. Now I will say that first mangrove line I did the intro on, I fished there way too long, and I think that's something we all do, right? We just keep doing something that's not working instead of going, hey, you know what, this ain't working, let me change. We do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. That's the definition of Einstein, or not the definition of Einstein, that's the definition of insanity that Einstein would say. And so I fished there way too long, but eventually I did pack up. I moved to this new spot. I'm fishing this mangrove line. There's a lot of moving water. It's cleaner water, and again, there's a huge drop off right there, so it gives fish time to stage, wait for bait to come by, and just ambush out of that. Now I'm gonna speed these clips up because what you're gonna see is really what the day was. Me just continually changing lures, changing speeds, changing retrieves, adding scent, doing all the different things I can because the bite was just so slow. But it does pay off here in a second because we're about to get into the first fish of the video. And that's what I mean, right? That's the definition of insanity. Now it does pay off here in a second because we're about to get into the first fish of the video, but it was a hard day. Got him. There we go. There we go. What we got here? What do we got? Really? A pinfish. A pinfish. Also known as a sailor's choice. Look at that! What? I mean, you can see how excited I was at catching that. I've never caught one of those on I don't know if you heard it, but I've never caught one on a jig like this. But that's how hard of a day it was. Normally those fish are like a dime a dozen. It's real easy if you're trying to fish with kids. Like, just get some shrimp. Doesn't even have to be live. Get some frozen shrimp, go to a dock, just drop it down at the end of the dock. You're gonna catch a ton of those. But when the day is that hard, I mean, you get excited over that. Again, the definition of insanity, right? Just continuing to do the same thing over and expecting a different result. You gotta switch it up sometimes. Alright, in this clip I've moved down. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. There's a dredging machine, and if you notice, I'm casting out into the middle of the water. Now the reason I made that shift is because there was something splashing out there. It sounded pretty big, and I was like, I gotta take a chance. This is another lure change. I went to a top water now because it splashed, it hit the top of the water. So I know they were feeding up high. So I made another lure change, and look what happened on the second cast here. Got him. Yes, sir. What is it? What is it? What is it? Golly dang. Look at that. Look at that. It's one of the biggest sailcats I've ever caught. He came up and hit it though. It was a fun fight. All the things. Come on, let me get mine. You know, and then after catching a fish like that, of course you're gonna. Anything else out here? Ask. Is there? I didn't stay here much longer. I didn't get any more strikes here, so being smart and not wanting to do the same thing and expecting a different result. What you're gonna see in the next clip is I just packed up. I went somewhere else, trying another type of structure. If you look right to the left of me, you can see there's a mangrove line. There's a big oyster bar right there. So I'm gonna try to hit that drop off and see if this pays off. And if you notice another thing, I keep looking around. Like, I'm very rarely looking where I'm fishing. And that's because you got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to look for those signs of life. Do you see mullet jumping? Do you see wakes, you know, where it looks like there's something swimming in the water? Do you see anything, you know, that looks like there could be fish there? Are there birds? Are there things feeding? You know, whatever the case may be. Those are the kind of things you're looking for when you're out here. Again, I'm looking behind me. I'm like, I hear stuff. Like, you just got to constantly be looking around for stuff like that. Right there, I'm just adjusting the trolling motor. I want to make sure I can get a couple more casts now that I'm getting closer to that point. And again, a point is just where the mangroves meet the water, where it comes to a point, hence the name. And there we go. Textbook, that's how it should be. Yeah, he's tiny. He's super tiny. But on daylight today, perfect. And again, this is where being stubborn doesn't pay off. I spent another half an hour maybe just going around really slow fishing these docks, and I did hear some splashing underneath that dock, so that's what kind of kept me there, but no bites, no signs of life, nothing. And then wound up going, hey, should have left a while ago, packed it up, headed to the next spot. And I do apologize before I make that transition. My camera batteries died. Well, one of them did. So I didn't get the next strike on camera. So you're just going to pick up right at the fish. Didn't get it on camera, but got a flounder. Let's get him off the boat. Way too little. But at least we're catching fish. You know, at least we're catching fish. And again, here's another point. See the oyster bars right there, you see the mangroves, there's a lot of current flow. There's gonna be fish looking to ambush something right there. This is the kind of stuff you look for. And again, it was a hard day. Like, once that sun came up, the fish really did not want to come out and play. This is, I think, the 5th or 6th spot I was at this day. Wham.
Got him.
Got him.
Sitting on that point. Right on, another little micro snook. And there we go, another nice little snook there.
And if you're wondering, it's called Coastal Conservation Association, and it's a summer fishing tournament that we do. Really helps with being able to give scientists some data on the fish population. Plus, you get to win cool prizes, and they're really big into habitat restoration, and it's a good thing to get involved with. And then again, we're just gonna cruise down here. Obviously, there's fish now. If you'll notice, I was casting next to the oysters, but if you see, like right in the middle of your screen, you can see that kind of ripple. There's something there. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something there. So I went ahead and I went, you know what? Let me cast on it. It's right in the middle, right to the right of where that just landed. And let's see if it pays off.
Oh, got him. Oh, yeah.
And it's funny, I caught it because I actually was giving up. I was just reeling in because I thought, no, there was nothing there. So I changed the retrieve just to reel in, and that's when the strike hit.
Oh. Whew.
Listen how I just said it's a nice blue, but listen
Nice
how out
blue.
of breath I am.
Nice blue.
I need a jog or something.
It's nice, huh?
Shouldn't be that out of breath catching one fish. Hey, it's Josh, and obviously I'm not on the boat, but if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. Please comment and subscribe. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite fish? But right now we're gonna talk about something totally different than fishing. And again, if you made it this far, thank you. But I want to talk about one word that came to mind the entire time I was out this day, the entire time I was editing this, and that's this word, perseverance. Perseverance is that ability to just keep going. It was a hard day, and I know it seemed like the action is nonstop, but that's just thanks to video editing. It was really hard. It was going from one spot to another. It was trying this lure versus that lure. It was looking for different types of structure. It was a lot to really get into, but we persevered. We continued to go. Jesus tells us in the book of John that in this world you will have tribulation, you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. There's gonna be things in life that just go hard, that are just not fun, that it's just hard to deal with. In those moments, you have to have perseverance. You have to have grit. You have to be able to keep putting one foot in front of the other and continuing on. That's what perseverance is. That day was hard fishing. And you know what? In light of other people's circumstances, that's a problem I would love to have. That's a problem I can work through all the time. But what happens when it's something bigger? Are you going to be able to persevere? Are you going to be able to keep the faith, as Paul would say in Corinthians, run the good race till the end? That's what perseverance is. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the love. I pray that this is encouraging, and I pray that you have perseverance.